We are back on the Bon Jovi Radio Network, an inside look at The Circle, their brand new album. I'm Scott Shannon with John and Richie. John, the two of you have written so many great songs together, but have you ever heard a song on the radio and you ride along in your car and you go, I wish I would have written that?
Absolutely. That's the greatest compliment I pay, is that I always say, I wish I had written that. And that you could cite anything from Dylan to Simon and Garfunkel, anything that the Beatles ever did, of course, the obvious things. And then you'll go through your Leonard Cohen, Hallelujah, and say, I would trade in 10 top 10 hits for that one. The list goes on and on and on, and it's really diverse. It could be, the Killers, or it could be Tom Waits.
I heard time after time on the radio the other day by Cyndi Lauper. I said, I wish I wrote that song.
Great song.
That's a moneymaker.
Yeah, I wish I wrote that song.
It's been covered a bunch, but it's a great song. It says something.
Richie, we were talking one time about you love to go to clubs and see other bands perform. If you were to go out tonight and go to some nice, intimate club somewhere, who would be the perfect band in there besides Bon Jovi that you'd like to see?
B.B. King, somebody like that. I like to go see that. You know what? And, God bless Les Paul. When he was alive, I used to always go see him at the Iridium, and he would always call me up and play. I like to go see people like that. But then again, hey, look, if the Killers are playing down the street or something like that, I'm going. You know what I mean? We, John and I are both the kind of guys that always go to shows. If we got a day off and we're not playing, if there's a show in town, we're going. It's always fun to go see other acts.
John, you grew up around the Jersey Shore, and you saw the Springsteen deal going on and all that, and you knew early on that you wanted to be a rock star, at least a guy who did that for a living, correct?
Sure. Every kid wants to, strums a guitar in his mirror, thinks he's going to grow up and be a rock and roll star. But, I was young enough and dumb enough to really think I could do it. That's the truth.
And what a surprise. It worked.
Did we talk about that before, right, Scott?
It's true because, and again, to keep reiterating, but the truth is we've known each other as long as we have. The drinking age in New Jersey was 18, so you could be 16 and sneak into a bar and get away with it. When they changed it to 21 shortly after we started as a band, if I had been 16 and had to sneak in and pretend to be 21, chances are I wouldn't have gotten in. And if that were the case, who knows what the outcome would have been, because you would have maybe had different responsibilities and commitments by the time you were 20 and 21.
History would have changed forever, man.
I'd be pulling in an Exxon station. Hey, kid, could you fill this up for me?
You got that right.
We are talking to John Bon Jovi and Richie Sambora. They have a brand new album out called The Circle. Here's a track from that album called Work for the Working Man, which is available for purchase right now, and nobody in this room would mind if you went out and bought a few copies.
Yeah, please do.
Thank you.
That's what it's all about. It makes you feel great when something you record is successful.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, every time you go in the studio, I'm sure it crosses your mind, do we still have it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Anytime you write a song, you're hoping it's going to be something. And every time you release a record, you think you do have that something. And it takes a year or more before you realize if, people agreed with you.
Now, you mentioned earlier that you guys still record your music onto like a little cassette type of recorder, just you two and the guitars.
It's right. True. Now technology is such that you can do it on your telephone, and that's about as far as we've gotten.
Yeah, sometimes we record on our iPhone.
I may be able to give to you.
Oh, this would be great.
How about that? No one has heard this. This is how bad it is. How bad it is. I can come and show you something.
What are you playing, buddy?
Right here it says Born to Follow.
Let's hear it.
Give me a half a second, because you might be... That is the writing of it.
We recorded it on our iPhone.
That is that's the day we wrote it. That is the moment in time that we wrote it, and it's recorded on the phone.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we recorded it on the iPhone, man.
That is awesome. I can't even believe it. But you know what? That's a test of a great song. If it holds up in that form.
You can't polish bull, you know what?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. I got you. Yeah. Now, the next track we're going to play is called Superman Tonight.
Yeah.
Do you remember how that song came about?
Oh yeah, and this one, because it's a collaboration, everybody has a different idea of who it's about. But we wrote it here in New York City at my place.
At his apartment, yeah.
And there was a certain vision I had for who the girl is in the story. But being the guy that's been married for 115 years, I'm off the market, unlike my cohort in crime here, who is available. And so the lyrical content, I wish I could be, because I could fix that kind of problem that you have. So this is one of the rare, if not the only, boy-girl song on the record. And it was, it will be a single, but it is really about somebody. And I'm afraid to give it away, but it is about somebody specific.
Ladies and gentlemen, a sneak preview of an upcoming Bon Jovi single. This is Superman Tonight.